Welcome to Resistance Radio. James here. Now, Dane, Emma, and producer Pete are currently out celebrating a certain holiday that takes place in late April. And the YouTube algorithm really hates it when we miss uploading a video, so I have been summoned here to record a quick episode addressing some common critiques people have about leftists. Now, as a disclaimer, I am the most moderate member of this podcast. But I'm 100% sure that Dane and Emma wouldn't entirely agree with me on everything. So it kind of sucks for them that they aren't here. So like, subscribe, and leave a comment saying how much the show sucks when it's only James on. Now, the first criticism I've seen a lot of lately is that leftists support Iran. This one's pretty easy. No, the fuck we don't. Now, I'm not saying that no leftists support Iran. I am sure these people exist, and you have probably seen them. The media on both sides of our political aisle is pretty damn deceitful. I'm sure you've seen clips online of someone owning the libs or interviewing people at a Trump rally. And what they do when they make these videos is they spend all day interviewing people, and then they only show clips from the loudest, dumbest people they see. Usually deceptively edited, too. And it makes it look like all the people who disagree with you are almost too stupid to even breathe. But I've interacted with a lot of leftists, and I haven't met a single one who supports Iran. A lot of us like to laugh at how badly Trump has managed this whole situation. We're sad about all the civilians that have died needlessly, like when our fantastic AI military tools bombed a girls' school. But that does not mean we support Iran. Two things can be true at the same time. Iran is a despotic, authoritarian regime that commits horrific human rights abuses against its own citizens. But why is it like that? Well, Iran was a democratizing country until 1953 when we overthrew the government, their government, when they wanted to nationalize their oil industry. Our puppet wasn't very good for the people in Iran, so they revolted. And an unfortunate side effect of revolutions is that sometimes, half the time, you get someone worse. And since then, Iran has been under pretty extreme sanctions, and hardship creates extremism, no matter what deity you do or don't believe in. And I don't know what the answer to this problem is, but we certainly aren't going to make it any better by making the lives of the Iranian people even worse. Another really common criticism I've seen is that the left wants to make your kids gay and trans. I almost didn't want to bother responding to this one, but let me tell you a story. I was homeschooled and grew up extremely conservative Christian. Extremely. My dad was incredibly homophobic. He thought that even owning a TV was sinful. He wouldn't allow us to listen to any music with a beat, including Christian songs, and thought that Harry Potter and Dungeons and Dragons literally taught kids how to do witchcraft and summon demons. Right when I hit high school age, my parents got divorced. I quickly realized that everything my dad thought was evil was actually kinda awesome. I started listening to death metal. I was kinda disappointed that Harry Potter was just a normal-ass story and that D&D was a lot of dice rolling and math, but with a little time I had a great time with both of those too. So, my dumb high school brain thought, well hey, being gay must be fantastic too, right? Well, it took my dumbass 3 boyfriends to realize that I'm not attracted to men, and there's nothing that I can do to change it. If you feel like you can choose what gender you are, by definition, you're trans. And if you feel like you can change what gender you're attracted to, you're bisexual. The queer community is incredibly welcome. Don't be too afraid to come out of the closet. All we want to do is create a future where people are accepting of others who are different from them. That's it. Identity politics and cultural focus. I see a lot of people say that the Democrats are more interested in virtue signaling, pandering to college-educated elites, and minority activism than they are in helping the working class. Now, give me a second before you judge what I'm going to say. But I agree, and this is why I don't identify as a Dem anymore. I'm also sure Emma in particular will probably disagree with me on a few points here. But the Democrats are traditionally supposed to be the party of labor unions and workers' rights. This kind of ended under Clinton when his signing of NAFTA completely gutted American manufacturing. Don't even start. I can already hear you in the comment section. Look, tariffs can be used as a tax. They can also be used to protect national industries. But you can't do both at the same time. Now, if all the manufacturing moves here to avoid our tariffs, well, now we're not collecting taxes on those imports anymore, are we? I don't hate tariffs. It's just that Trump is a moron who doesn't know what he's doing. Back on track, though. The Dems stopped being the party of the working class in the 90s. They still like to pretend that they are, but they've increasingly focused on social justice reforms and the needs of college-educated, wealthy elites. Now, don't get me wrong. I fully believe that most of the social justice reforms the Dems support are sorely needed. Like gay marriage. It's a free country. Consenting adults should be able to love whoever they want as long as it doesn't hurt anyone. And no, someone else being gay does not hurt you in any way. And there are a lot of trans rights we still need. Kind of backslidden on that a bit since the Trump administration, but the Dems are supposed to be a big ticket party. You can't focus on those issues so hard that you forget about everyone else that you're supposed to represent. I personally would say a better approach is the idea that economic equality is the best path to social equality. But this is a matter that's very much up for debate and something the Democratic Party needs to sort out if they want anyone to ever take them seriously again. Now, I am not going to say you have to agree with me here. I'm human. I make mistakes. And I actually prefer when people disagree with me, because I don't need to agree with something to learn from it, and getting information from outside your perspective or your social media echo chamber is incredibly valuable. So, let me know what you think in the comments. If you're interested in constructive dialogue, whether you agree with me or not, I'll happily engage with you, but if you're just here to troll, I'll probably just reply with something stupid and sarcastic. Thank you so much for watching. I promise that my co-hosts, who are a little bit easier to look at than me, will be back for next episode.